Hello, welcome to part 2 of our Getting Started with AWS EC2. Part 1 went over making the instance, and part 2 will go over how to SSH into the instance. So the first thing you have to do is go to the AWS website. We're going to sign in again to the console. We should be returning users by now. If you're not, go to part 1 of the tutorial. It's the same protocol really. The second part is we'll click EC2. We'll look at our running instance. If you have more than one instance, chances are you've played around AWS before. If not, if you want to delete your old instances, you can. You just click on it, actions, and then instance state, and then terminate. But for right now, the reason why we did this is we want to find out what our public DNS is, and this will be helpful in SSHing into our instance. So if you go down, you also see your AMI ID. In part 1, I chose Ubuntu. If you chose something different, that'll have an effect on how you SSH into the instance. We'll go over that. So what we're going to have to do is we'll bring up a terminal. I have mine up, so I'm just going to make a new one. So we're going to cd to where our public key is, or sorry, where our private key is. And I have my private key right here. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to want to basically change the permissions so it's not viewable for people. So I'm doing this right now with the chmod command, ec2.pem. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our we're going to want to do our SSH command. Okay, so the first part is SSH. This part basically just says there's a PEM file following it. This is the username. Mine is Ubuntu, and chances are if you followed part 1, it's going to be Ubuntu. If you don't know what yours would be, there's the official Amazon documentation, or you can go over to my little guide I wrote, and you can see if you chose an AMI Amazon machine type of Ubuntu, your username is going to be Ubuntu. If you chose something else like Amazon Linux, your username will be EC2 user, and so on and so forth. And I wrote a little guide, so in case anyone wants to see the official documentation or SSH or whatever, you can. So this is my PEM file again. This is my username. This is my DNS, which I just got from right over here. And now we're going to try to SSH. So are you sure you want to continue connecting? Yes. So it takes a little bit of time. So now we're inside our instance. So congratulations, we've SSH'd into our instance. In part 3, it's going to be a little more Python specific. We're going to install Anaconda on our instance. And in part 4, we're going to start a Jupyter server so we can more interactively code in our instance. And that's it for now.